Hello, everybody. Lynn Pierre here. We are at the Thrive Conference in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm here with my good friend Inga Masek. I want her to introduce herself because she just finished an awesome presentation, seminar, what we want to call it, today. Inga?
Hi, I'm Inga Masek. I am a homeschool mom coach, and my podcast is Catch Your Breath. And I'm all about empowering moms to be able to do this well without a lot of stress, and most importantly, to remember to put their oxygen mask on first before they do anything else.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we just came out of a session seminar, and it was called Embracing Imperfections. Is that right? Embrace Imperfections. So one of the ladies, one of the mothers in the class was talking about she's working on doing math or something with a child, and the child refused to do it. And now she knows that her kid can do it, but he refused to do it. And you gave her an excellent response to that. So what would you say to all the parents out there? They have kids, they want them to do the work, but they refuse to do the work even though they have the abilities to do the work. What would you say?
Well, I think that's the first thing. You truly have to determine, can they do the work? That can't be something that you're assuming. Because a lot of times, if you taught a child something the day before and they haven't mastered it, they actually can't do it the next day. So you always have to start with that. You always have to start with, can you do it? Have I taught you well? And so one of the things you go back to make sure that's the case is you do the I do, we do, you do. So you teach it again, do it with them, and then have them do it. Once you've done that, if you then determine that they actually can do it, but they're not doing it, then that means that's defiance, and that's something different. So now we're not talking about math anymore. Now we're dealing with behavior, we're dealing with character, and you're addressing that way. So whatever your discipline, however you do that, that needs to be whatever you do. But then the next thing you need to do is take it back from that place and say, I have taught you what to do, and you're choosing not to do it. That's defiance. And now we need to talk about what happens because of defiance. We always want to name what we're doing, what we're seeing, so they understand what's happening. After you've dealt with that, one of the things that I do is you give them choices, unemotional choices, which is one of the most important things
That's
to
good.
say. So listen, I'm going to show you how to do this problem, and then I need you to do it. If you choose not to do this problem, then you can do 3 problems just like it. Your choice.
Gotcha.
Without emotion, you just say, all right, so is it 1 problem or 3 problems? You let me know. That way, it's not something that they feel like you're threatening, but they recognize there's a process that we follow, and this is just what happens.
Awesome, awesome. I just thought of something else. Something else happened in the event, real quick, because I know you got to go. A woman was talking about failure, and she was talking about, I don't know, embracing failure with her kids, or how do you talk to your kids through failure? And you killed it so eloquently because you talked about the language that we use as parents.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about how we can switch up our language, not to focus on the failures or not to use those type of words. Talk about that.
So it's not that there's anything wrong with failure, but a lot of times what she was saying was, I want to really give him the opportunity to fail. I'm going to let him fail. And I said, so let's change the language. And instead of saying fail, let's say struggle. Because
Yeah.
struggle is a skill that we all need. That's something that you have to learn as a child, but that is something that carries you through the rest of your life. So if you can say, all right, so this is hard and I know you're struggling, but here's what we're going to do. Have a plan that has to do with, this is what we do when we struggle. Once again, it always goes back to, what can I teach? Right? So I need to do it. Then I need to do it with you so you feel supported. And then you have an opportunity to do it with my support. When we do that, then we give them the foundation they need to be able to do it.
Yes.
The thing is, sometimes they will fail. So that's the piece, is that it's okay that they fail. And we say, so you tried and you didn't succeed in doing that, doesn't mean that you're a failure. So one of the key things in that language is to say, so just because you failed in doing this task doesn't mean that you're a failure. So that means you can try again.
That's
You
good.
can do another thing. It's all about a process. It's all about having kind of your process that you walk through so that when they're emotional, you're not emotional with them.
That's
You
good.
just fall back on your process.
And you also talked about parenting, homeschooling, us creating a safe place. So tell us a little bit about that. How do we create a safe place for our
A safe
kids?
place, honestly, is about putting relationship over rigor. and making sure that you are thinking about what is the relationship that you want to have through this, but really what's the relationship you want to have after it. And so I can encourage you to do your best. I can set high expectations. I can ensure that I'm saying go for excellence, but I'm never going to put that above the relationship I have with you. And so I'm your biggest cheerleader because I'm your mom or your dad. I want you to know that I'm here for you no matter what, so that when you struggle, I'm going to be here. If you fail, I'm going to be here. When you succeed, I'm going to be here. There's nothing that's going to change where I am in this process. And so because of that, because there's that foundation of the mom and or the parent, whoever it is, that means that the child then can do all the things that they need to do.
We love it. Okay, now where can we find you? If we're interested, we love you, we like you, where can we find you? Tell us.
So I have a podcast called Catch Your Breath with Inga. It's on all places where there are podcasts. And then I have my website, ingamasek.com. And you can also find me on social media, any social media post on Empowered, because I'm really about empowering homeschool moms.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you all. Olympia. We out of here.